Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly and today we are going to do full face of one brand. I did choose to do e.l.f. since I've only dabbled a little bit into their makeup, so I really wanted to get a strong opinion on what I think is good. Maybe there's some really hidden gems in here. So I have a giant bucket of goodies here, all e.l.f. products. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to put it all on my face. I did do a 10-hour wear test, so if this sounds like something you are super excited about, please give this video a big thumbs up, hang out, and we're going to jump right into the video. Okay, I'm super excited to get into this makeup. It's been sitting around for almost a month. No, just over a month. Yep. Just over a month. I've been trying to get a hold of that primer putty and I can't get a hold of it, and then I decided let's do it at the beginning of the month so that I have all month to play with everything, and then it's in stock. So it is what it is. I will get a hold of it eventually. I am going to start with the e.l.f. Moisture Lock Primer with Hyaluronic Acid. I did want a primer and I hadn't heard anybody talk about this one, so I did grab this. And it has a nice pump on it. It is moussey. Oh, it feels nice. It reminds me a lot of the Maybelline Moisture and Soothe, Moisture and Smooth. It does feel like it's going to have a little bit of a grip, and I think there is some pore filling. Okay, it does feel really nice on the skin. It didn't pill up underneath or over top of my skincare that I have on, which is nice. But I definitely think it did smooth out the pore area a little bit. Not like a pore filler, but it is definitely smoother. So I forgot that when I ordered this online that it looks really, really yellow. I meant to grab another one, but I didn't. So we're filming this today. So I'm going to give this a shake because it's been sitting for a minute. We're going to use this regardless. I'm going to make it work. I did grab the shade Light Ivory. Okay, I have been trying to twist it off. There is a pump. So that's really nice. I like a pump. Let's see what the consistency is. So it's not super thick. It's not running down my hand either. So, oh, let's hope for the best on this one. I'm super excited to try this. Might be a little yellow, or maybe it'll blend out and it'll be absolutely perfect. Oops. I am going to do this half and half. I forgot. The forehead. So we will do half with a sponge, half with a brush. I meant to do half my face with a primer too to see if that actually does something. So I will do that in a future try. Alright, we're going to do sponge on this side. This is just the L'Oreal sponge. Okay, the website says that it has a semi-matte finish, and I'm getting maybe light to highlight coverage. Let's put the rest of this on this side and see what kind of coverage we get with a brush. I did put a headband in to try and control my hair today. It's out of control. I did just go in with a second pump on my hand. And I am just going to go in with my dome brush. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be medium coverage or light coverage. I don't mind, I've found that I don't mind light coverage, but I'm very comfortable in the medium coverage range. I don't need the high coverage, but I do like the medium coverage. Okay, I think I'm getting about the same coverage on both sides. I can still see my dark spots quite a bit, the redness all over my cheeks, my chin. There's not a clear definition as far as like what side with what, so I have more on the back of my hand, and I'm going to try to build this up, see if it's buildable. That's really strange. I've never had a foundation not give me a one side better than the other. Okay, so I think the color is okay. I was a little worried about it being too yellow, but I think the color is okay. I really wish it covered. It's light, high coverage, maybe very, very low medium coverage. It's not. I'm just gonna talk, try to even out my forehead. It's not, I mean, slightly building, but it's, I'm afraid if I go too much, then it's gonna get really gross. So I guess this is it. Poo. Anyways, so this is 2 layers of foundation. I do have 3 just on the center of my forehead, and you can still see quite a bit of my dark spots coming through my cheeks, the tops of my cheeks. Absolutely. Okay, it is clinging to dry patches right here, which can be normal. It doesn't look the greatest on my nose, like at all. And up close you can really see right here that it's not covering my cheek issues and my dark spots. It's looking really, really heavy here on my forehead. Both sides of my forehead. Down here, my pores look really, really filled in again. Ugh. Alright, so foundation isn't going great. We will see how it wears. Maybe my skin just needs to warm up to it. Maybe it needs a different primer. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. And I will absolutely do a check-in eventually. But I don't think the color is bad. It is tacky, so I would agree with the Demi Matte. I do have 2 concealers. I originally had ordered Fair Beige, and when it came, I went, holy crap, that's like white. Ghostly. And then I did grab the Light Peach. I think it was at Walmart. So between the 2, I think I'm going to go with a Light Peach. Yeah, I think we're going to try this one first, and hopefully this is a good matte. So this is the 16-hour Camo Concealer. We do have a big doe foot, and I did pull the Light Peach. So I'm going to very carefully dab just a little bit on the side. I am just going to go in with my finger. So this definitely has some coverage. A little bit goes a very long way. Oh, really, really long way. Holy camoles. I'm going to go in with a second finger, try to pull some of this off. Okay, so I went in with a light hand, but go in with an even lighter hand. Wowie zowie. Okay, that is really, really high coverage. It's a little bit lighter than I like, and it is clinging to stuff. I have not had a concealer cling to the inner corner of my eye in, let's hope it warms up and we'll be okay. We're going to go in with even less on this side. Maybe extremely less is best with this one. Okay, so that is the concealer. Let me get really close. Hopefully it's picking up. It's clinging to the dryness texture on my inner corner. Creasing. Although it does feel like it is drying down. I do want to powder the face. So I did grab the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder in Fair Light. I do like the reflective silver, and then you get the shade in here, and then underneath it lifts up and there is a sponge down there. I don't like a lot of powder, so I am just going to go in with a fluffy brush with this, just to lightly set. Let's see if that helps. I am going to try to avoid the eye area just because it's already super dry. I don't want to give it more to cling to, I guess. But I like the powder. It doesn't seem to be taking away the natural shine that my face has, so that's really nice. Okay, the powder I really, really like. Alright, next let's try some brows from e.l.f. I have the gel and powder eyebrow kit in the shade medium. I really do like the packaging on this. This is super cute. And you get a ever so tiny little mirror up here and a brush, a micro brush. The directions say use angled brush to apply brow gel to define and shape brows. Use a blending brush to set the color in place with the brow powder. Okay. We have the directions. We're going in with the gel. Okay. This brush is tiny. Holy camolies. Full face e.l.f. Full face e.l.f. Still can't talk through this. I'm going to zoom through this. I will be right back. Okay, and that is brows. I really, really like this. The only thing I don't like is you don't get a spoolie. So I am just going to take my own and just brush my hair right in place real quick. But I do actually really like it. I like the color. The formula seems really, really nice as well. Although I think I might prefer a longer pencil just because that itty bitty pencil was really shadowing my one eye vision. So I like to see out of both eyes. So that's just a personal thing. Okay, let's go into eyeshadow. When I originally bought this, I bought the Rose Gold Nude palette. And because they had a promotion, if you spent X amount, I forget, you got the Rose Gold Sunset palette. This is warm, pinky kind of colors, and I think I want to really play around with this, so I think I'm going to save this one for a 2 Looks Tuesday, and I am going to use the original, just the nude one that I had ordered, so next week, you guys, that one will be in one of my videos. So let's get into this. I really like the look of this one. It's neutral, but it's kind of pinky neutral. Plummy. And here's the palette right here. Let's do some swatches real quick. And here are some swatches right here. They swatched very, very beautifully. I'm really excited. So these shades are all absolutely buttery. They are not powdery in pan, which I appreciate. And for the drugstore, these might be a really good hidden gem, depending on how they play on the eyes. And I honestly don't think I have a lot of these colors, which I'm really glad I got this one and I opened this one. So to start, I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to take this shade, 1, 2, 3, 4, this one right here. And place this in the crease. Oh, let's pat out that crease. I am going to keep this kind of low. Pigment is beautiful. It's blending really, really nice. So I do, oh, I like that. I kind of just want to put this all over my lid and kind of run. I am going to go into this coppery shade right here. And I am just going to take a fluffy eyeshadow brush. I'm going to pat this all over the lid. Oh, this is very pretty. It's somewhat lighter than what it swatched, but I am using a dry, fluffy brush. Let's see if we can build a little bit of pigment. Yep, they're even buildable just with the dry brush. That's really, really awesome. Next, I'm going to go into the shade right next door. I'm going to take a tapered tapered blendy brush. And I'm going to do this on the outside edge here. Oh, it's a really nice color too. I'm really seeing the colors that it swatched really come through in how it's applying on the eyes, and I really appreciate that. And blend it through on the low natural crease. I like that. I do think I want to deepen it up just a little bit. So I'm going to go down here, right here. Same brush. I'm going to dip in there. Tap off the excess just because I'm not sure. Just because I want it a little bit deeper. Just right there. Right in that outer 7, outer V, outer 7. Okay, and I'm going to take my micro fan brush and I'm going to dip into this nice soft cream. It is matte and I love me a matte light color, so. Oh, that color is beautiful. I'm going to take a round kind of brush and I'm going to, same color, I'm going to brighten this up. See if I can mask that dry patch that concealer is clinging to. Okay. Next, I'm going to go into this rose gold shade right here with a pencil brush. And I'm just going to put a little bit of pink in the inner corner right here. And I'm going to overlap, not even a quarter, but just peek it into my inner eye right here. There it is. I'm going to take a fluffy smudger brush and I'm going to go in with that crease shade right here. And I'm going to do my lower lash line. Making sure I meet it up with the outside of the crease that we blended. Okay, I'm going to zoom through this eye and I will be right back. Okay, so the other eye is finished. I have absolutely no fallout, which is really good because I did not set the under eye. I didn't even think about that. Usually I do. Well, let's do eyeliner. I did grab the No Budge retractable liner in black just to try out their liner. Really cute packaging. I mean, it's simple. And it has a good snap. So I have some pencils where the caps come off so easy and then they dry out and it's a bugger. So it is not micro, but it does have a good size on it. So No Budge retractable. So this is supposed to be a long-lasting, last all day waterline, tight line eyelid. So we are going to test it out for the day. And put it on just as I would any other liner. It tickles so bad. And I do start, I don't always put my liner on camera, but I do start about, I skip that, that inner third, I skip that, and I just start drawing very close to the lashes. And I do prefer a pencil rather than a liquid. I find that these are much more forgiving on my wrinkles and crevices that I have. But it is drawing on really nice. It did give me, I mean, as much of a line as I would like. I would like to see the color and not just the eyeliner. I usually wouldn't put black on my lower lash line, but for the sake of the video, just to see if it does. I mean, it goes on very, very beautifully. And same thing with my lower. I pretty much skip this inner part of my eye. I think it opens up my eye a little bit better. I'm going to go run through this eye. Okay, and that is with the liner on. I am going to I will try it right here. I didn't realize I didn't. But it does write very black. It is matte black, which I do like. So there is the liner. I mean, it went on very easy, very smooth. It gave me the perfect line. I didn't have to go in there and smudge it or change it or cover it. So I do appreciate that. As long as it doesn't smudge and look like a horrible mess, we'll be good to go. Okay, I'm going to move on to cheeks now, and I did get the primer infused bronzer. This, and I do have it in the shade Forever Sunkissed. I'm not sure if there's other shades, but just in case there is, this is Forever Sunkissed. I really, really like the packaging. It's very sleek, but it's nice to be able to see what's in there as well. And I like the pan size. It's not chunky or bulky. So there is the shade. Let's swatch this. And it does look, we'll try right here. Yep, it looks really, really nice. It looks like it's a very neutral kind of shade. It doesn't look warm. It doesn't look cool. So I'm going to go in with a fluffier brush with this one. Just tapping in there and then dabbing off. Just, I don't know how pigmented this is. It looks like we can build it though. Oh, I do like the color. Run it on my forehead. I do think this is really, really natural. I like it's subtle, and yeah, I'm tapping in there, so I'm not going ham in there, but it does build as well, so it's very pretty on the cheeks. It's almost chocolatey on the cheeks. I feel like, for my skin tone anyways, this is the perfect bronzer, but you could also probably contour with it because it isn't pulling warm at all. Cool. Let's see how well it does with the nose. I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush. See how it does with my nose. It does well. Alright, I really like this bronzer. I also grabbed both of the primer infused blushes. I have Always Cheeky and Always Rosy. I couldn't decide, and they were reasonably priced, so I got both. Alright, we're just going to strong arm the package. And it has the same packaging as the bronzer, and they are kind of slim and travel friendly. I really, really do like that. So this first shade is Always Cheeky. I'll go here. Very, very pretty, pretty pink. Ugh. And then this other one is Always Rosy. They're very, very soft right here. That one's super pretty. That one's almost a mauve. I love those pans. I am just going to go in with an angled blush brush. Just tapping in there. Just does pick up some pigment. Dust that on the cheeks. Oh, that is really pretty. Oh, I really like that color. It's very, very like a natural flush to the cheeks. I went ham over here. I'm going to take my sponge, just kind of dab over that. So there's the blush. I did go a little crazy with the blush, but the blush is really pretty. I do like it. It's very comfortable on the cheeks. So far, some blushes you put on and you just feel your skin tighten, and I don't like it. So for highlighters, I do have two. These both were already previous purchases, so I do already know how they work. I have the e.l.f. Heart Defensor in Coffee and Cream because it said coffee. I had to have it. I think this is the first e.l.f. makeup product I ever bought. And there are two shades in here. Right here. This one is definitely too dark for my skin tone, but I do wear it as an eyeshadow quite often. And this is the other one that I do wear, but I'm not sure why I put it away. But there's that. For all the coffee lovers out there. I also have the e.l.f. Shimmer Highlighting Powder in Pearl Glow. This is a favorite. I've used this quite a bit. And it's very, very white. So let's swatch this right underneath this one. So this one's much more white. This one's almost got like a pink shift to it. I think I'm going to use the pink shift just because I haven't used it in a little bit, and I did just put this away. So, but this is a really great powder. It doesn't cling to my dry patches. It doesn't emphasize texture either, so it does blend in really well, as does the shade. They're both really pretty. Very, very pretty on the cheeks. And you can build it, but I think I'm going to let the blush shine today. Just give my cheeks a little bit of a glow. I want to see that blush today. But these do wear really, really well. They do last through the day. They're really pretty as an inner corner highlight. So, and this one doubles as an eyeshadow for me. And it says coffee. So, these are really great if you are looking for a drugstore highlighter that you like. Okay, it's time to set the face, and everybody knows my favorite setting spray is the e.l.f. Hydrating Coconut Mist. This, I go through this stuff like crazy just because it's amazing. In the winter months, I just spray this just to kind of boost some hydration back into my skin, but if you haven't yet, this is amazing. Okay, I did just curl my eyelashes. I have two mascaras, and here's why. I originally got the mineral infused black mascara right here because I like the wand on it right here. But then I was really curious. I was having trouble with my lower lashes, and I was like, maybe I should get a mascara for my lower lashes. And then I found the volumizing and defining mascara, mainly because of this little brush right here. If you guys have a good lower lash mascara, let me know, because all of a sudden I've been really messy. So I have two mascaras. I don't know. This one I am going to try on the lower lash line, and this other one I will try on the upper. The mineral infused mascara is supposed to give us a full lash look. I really like the packaging. I don't know why. It's just very simple. I like it. Nothing like a good mascara. I think I'm gonna like the wand. I think my problem with lashes or mascara recently is because I keep trying to use those hourglass ones, and I'm messy with them. As I realized when I did my favorites video, I'll link that up above. But I realized that the reason I think I don't like, well, I think the reason why I like the two mascaras that I do is because they either have a similar shape wand like this, or they've got a straight wand. And I don't make a mess with them. Whereas the one that I was having trouble with, and the one that just made me so mad, it had the hourglass. So for the time being, I'm going to stay away from the hourglass shaped mascara. Okay, that is one coat of this mascara. It went on really beautifully. It's not drippy. It's not clumpy. It does look like I touched my lid a little bit, but it's right on the eyeliner, so I'm just going to leave it. Okay, and there is a second coat. I think there is a big difference in the volume, not so much the length, but I can definitely tell there's more volume with the second coat, so this might be more of a volumizing rather than lengthening, in case you're after something that you want for length. But it does give really, really nice volume right at the base without clumping. I still feel like I have all of my lashes and they're not clumped together. I really like that. Okay, let's hope it holds a curl, because these lashes are super pretty today. Let's try this other one. This is volumizing and defining for the lower. Okay, it does have the same packaging as the one just before, other than it is a smaller tube. So that is one good way to figure out which mascara you're grabbing. So this almost has the same wand. Dang it. Let's check. It has the same stinking wand. What the heck, Shrek? Alright. Alright, so it has the same freaking wand. I didn't want it to. I thought it looked different in the thing. Well, we're gonna try it now that it's open. Darn it. So one is mineral infused and one is not. I'm having trouble getting any color on my lower lashes. Let's go in, scoop it around. Try again. It's not really doing anything. It's not really doing anything. It's not that I really need a lot of something down there, but I do like them. Like, I do like you to be able to see them. So I'm going to go in with the other one, the first one that I used on the top lashes. See if maybe it's a formula thing. Yeah, it was a formula thing for sure. Okay, so the mascara definitely was a formula thing. It does have the same one. I thought they were different, but the mineral infused actually put color on my lower lashes, whereas I didn't feel like this other one did. The volumizing and defining mascara. I'll probably give this to my daughter. I'm already very unimpressed right off from the bat. I don't like it. So I got 2 lip products. I did get a matte color in Tea Rose. And then I also got a Perfect Pout Glow Gloss, just in case it was super drying. I don't like dry lips. But this is supposed to be long lasting, so here is the color. Let's try it on the hand. Oh, it's very, very buttery, very soft. I think I won't like it. Alright, and I forgot a lip liner. So, no lip liner. We're really going to be able to test this to see if it moves around without a liner. Okay, and there is the lip color on its own. It's got almost a gray lilac, kind of a nudie. I really like this. It's really pretty. I don't have anything like this in my collection. I'm super excited about that. I don't know. Do we want to try the gloss or do we want to... Let's try the gloss at the end of the night because I really am curious to see how long this is, because it says it's long lasting, so I want to know. It is currently 1:19. I think I'm going to call check-in time probably 12:30. I got a huge late start and I've been farting around and I've had to do the mom gig, but let's talk immediate first impressions. I am pretty impressed with almost everything. I still have a lot of clinging here between my eyes, and like I said, I've been up and away from the desk and it's been on for probably an hour. It's still insanely clingy there. My pores look a lot better down here, so the spray might have helped kind of just meld it together. If this doesn't fix itself, I'm going to be kind of angry. And the inner corners still kind of chunky. I don't know that I like the concealer just yet. It isn't creasing, and I didn't set it. So it might be a primer issue. I'm really curious to try all of this stuff with another primer. The mascara, the one I don't like. The one that came in the plastic ripoff, I didn't like that, but the one in the cardboard box was really nice. The mineral infused mascara, I do actually like this so far. The brow products I'm impressed with. They're still there. They haven't moved. They haven't budged, but we'll keep an eye on that. The cheeks are really beautiful, even though I went overboard with the blush, but we will see. And the eyeshadow is beautiful. I really like the eyeshadow. I've been on the hunt for mauves. I've been on a hunt, and I think this is going to fulfill my mauve need, but I will be back in a couple hours to see how we're doing. I'm going to try to do a 10-hour wear test. Mama might get tired, but I will see you in a couple minutes. Okay, I am back at the end of the night. It is currently 9:55. I am so tired. I was tired a couple hours ago, but I toughed it out as long as I could. I have had everything on for about 10 hours. Say about, so this initial first impression is for about 10-hour wear. I will wear it longer and kind of give some final thoughts at the check-in next month. But let's zoom you in so you can see what I kind of think. Okay, first off, disclaimer, this is not the original lipstick. I literally put this on, ran upstairs, and made some lunch. I ate some bacon. Nothing holds up to bacon. So when I was finished eating, I did reapply, but I have not touched up since. So the color is still there. I will say it's kind of doing this weird thing on the inside, but considering that was probably about 2:30, I think, when I reapplied, and it's been on for about 7.5 hours. I'm 2 thumbs up on the lipstick. The eyeshadow has not budged at all. I'm okay with the mascara, the mineral one. I don't like the other one at all. But there's no flaking, so that's really nice. The eyeliner, it did stay really, really well on the top lash line, and also on my waterline. It did fade a little bit, but it's been 10 hours. It's okay. But it's still defined. The eyes, 2 thumbs up. Really, really like it. I'm actually really impressed with the brow product. I had some issues with the wax pomade kind of powder thing from another brand, but these, my eyebrows still look really good. Just as good as when I applied it. Well, everybody knows that I love the hydrating coconut spray. I only sprayed it after initial application, so that's obviously still a win. My cheek products are still there. They're still very pretty. I do think they might have faded just a little bit, but I do have kids that touch my face. I touch my face, but for after 10 hours, it's still there. I'm still very, very pleased with that. And then we get to the primer, foundation, concealer, and setting powder. I'm gonna come a little bit closer. It's still dry here, and not as bad. It has softened up a little bit, but it's also starting to get really, really dry right here, and I have not had issues with dry patches in weeks. My pores look fine. It didn't settle into my smile line. It did fade a little bit around the nose area, but this, did I blow my nose? I might have blown my nose. I don't know. But it's not faded bad. Okay, so the foundation is not wearing very well, and the concealer is still have dry spots on the inner corner. It might be a primer issue. I don't know if I like the primer. I have a feeling if I try it with a different primer, I might like it a little bit better. So I'm definitely going to keep testing. I'm going to test the primer with other foundations, vice versa. The concealer, it never did crease, and I never did set it. It didn't separate or do anything super weird. It's just that initial dryness in the inner corners. So I can probably get it to work. I can probably get the foundation to work. I have just something's telling me I'm not going to like the primer. So I'll keep testing, like I said, and I will do updates in my April haul next month. I will have a full month of testing with all these products, so I'll have some good ideas. But first impressions, I'm really, really happy with everything. Even with the dry spots there and there with the foundation and the concealer, I'm still really happy about it. After 10 hours, busy mom, my makeup still looks pretty good. So I do have one product left that I chose not to test because I did want to see how long lasting the lipstick was. That was the e.l.f. lip gloss. So I am just going to throw this on top. This gloss did have a brush tip, not a doe foot. So there is definitely glitter in this gloss, but I think I like it. It's not sticky. It's not goopy. I don't really taste anything. So I definitely will try this on its own. And over top of this color, this is a matte lip color in the shade Tea Rose. This is really pretty. These two together, I really do like this combo. So that is my wrap up for the day. I am extremely tired. I probably sound really awful. Half asleep. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I really had a fun testing out Full Face of e.l.f. It's been kind of eating at me to see what these products are all about, and I like most of them, first impressions. But I'd love it if you gave this video a big thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future fun that we have here on my channel. I do uploads Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!